Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us this edition of Leak Project. I'm your host, Rex Bear, and we have Paul Northridge with us today. Now, Paul has an awesome YouTube channel. It's called Unite Planet. And Paul, back when he was 14, had a near-death experience that he's going to share with us today, what that was like. And since then, he has gone through his ups and downs and a multitude of experiences that some might consider paranormal. I don't know of many that would say it's an everyday occurrence. Certainly some fascinating information. And also about, I think, 10 years ago, Paul saw a UFO with his family that he actually knew he was going to see before he saw it. So this is really exciting. Thank you for the opportunity. How the heck are you, Paul?
I'm doing well, Rex. How are you?
Dude, super great, man. I'm out here in Colorado and just I feel a little bit calmer out here in Colorado than I would in San Antonio, especially with all this talk about the coronavirus that is in the media right now. But I kind of see that as a wag the dog scenario. I would say if the media is talking, this is my opinion. It's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If the media is talking about it, it's probably not as bad as they say it is. If they weren't talking about it, then I would be even more concerned. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it, Rex, to be honest with you.
But I still do have, I'm still like, I do feel more comfortable in an area of 2,000 people versus 2 million. I might have another opinion if I was in a town of a city of 2 million. So definitely something to think about and be aware of, and have your immune system is boosted as much as possible. Like I'm taking a multitude of supplements right now. I'm taking this stuff called C60, and I'm also taking these products from Boomer Boost, and I'm taking the Super Tea and Allison Advanced. But the Boomer Boost that I'm taking, it's like got this what's called gladiator barley, and it goes back about 3,000, 4,000 years. This specific strain of barley, and it's been passed on through multiple generations, and it's in powder form. So it's like a detox, and then it's got a rebuilder and all these different elements, etc. in it. But I love it, man. It's a Boomer Boost. So folks, if you're interested, you've been asking me, folks, you've been like, hey, is it really that good? Yes, it's really that good. Check it out. Click the link in the video description box. You'll be glad you did. And hey, let's go into your life, though, man. I mean, so tell us about the whole experience. You kind of had some opportunities with your bones as well when you were younger.
Yeah. So basically, I was born with spina bifida. So basically, I was born with a hole in my back, about that big. It was quite a large hole in my back. So it was really basically paralyzed legs situation going on there. So basically, I've had operations up to 16 years of age. I was about 14 operations. So basically, every time it was a school holiday, I was in hospital. So that was my summer holidays.
That sucks. So you were really going through a lot of difficult times during your childhood then.
I did, yeah. Quite a lot of like bullying as well, but that's just kids for you. But I went to a normal school, and so I still was seen, as quite active and still trying to do lots of things. I was still doing usual things like kids do. I was on scooters, and things like that. So I was I was daredevil. I was terrible on the old scooter. I actually fell off, and I broke my kneecap when I was 11 years old. I fell off and broke my kneecap, but the doctor said, "I think you just badly bruised it. You'll be fine." 5 days later, in sheer agony, I think we might have broken your kneecap. Yeah. So they put me in plaster after that.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, I was in sheer agony for 5 days. It was horrible, but it is what it is.
Now, so you were kind of, you were walking, or were you in a wheelchair?
Walking, but very bad legs. It was like bent at the knees. So yeah, it's hard to describe, but bent knees really, which was hard to walk with. And my leg was shorter than the other, so I had about 4 inches, about that big difference of legs. So I had an operation where they gave me like I'll show you actually if you like a picture of it. Yeah, is that all right?
Please, absolutely.
Yep. So I don't know if you can see that at all. No. Yeah, can you see that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So basically, it was like 2 pins above the break in the bone, the bone on the thigh, and then another 2 pins, and then they made like every day. My dad used to turn a key on this device, and it stretched my leg every day, and my leg grew quite quickly over a period of time.
So you went through that operation, and then it started to get leveled it out a bit.
A bit more
So
level, yeah.
With a limp and such.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
your back, I mean, how did you get that fixed with a hole in your back? That's
that was an operation. That was my first operation I had, just sewing up the hole. But then because the hole was then sealed up, I ended up with hydrocephalus. So my brain was swelling up. So I was very lucky because I know I said it's very strange to say I'm lucky, but I was about to die almost on that time. So I was like born and nearly died because hydrocephalus was quite bad. I was really double size almost. So my surgeon, one of my first surgeons said, we need to get the shunt device around him and drain the fluid out of his brain area. So what happened was my mum and dad said, well, let's get him baptized before we do that. So the day before the operation, I got baptized, and strangely enough, the swelling in my head overnight went. I don't know what to believe, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just very coincidental, or something happened that night. But yeah, saved.
something at that level. I don't see being a coincidence by any means, and you can come up to with your own reasoning as to, was it because you were baptized under that certain religion, or is it faith based upon the people connected to that, not necessarily a specific creed or religion? I mean, you got your own reasoning for whatever you believe, and I respect that. And man, that's a powerful experience. I would definitely look at that myself as far more than coincidence, and that's a really cool story, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So you went through that, and then you there was a surgery done on your back, and then so you went through these surgeries. You went through like over a dozen surgeries, didn't you?
Yeah, 14 before 16 years of age.
Jeez. Now, when did you have? Tell us about the near-death experience that you had.
Okay, so that was when I was 14. So that was when I was about to have that leg lengthening operation. So I was lying in the theatre, and they gave me a muscle relaxant. It was to make my muscles relax on the leg area. And then they was going to give me the anesthetic. So I was alert, I was awake. And so as I'm lying in the bed, the consultant was just preparing his tools and stuff ready for the operation. But as I'm lying down after this muscle relaxant, I felt very ill, very painful body. I can't describe how painful it was, but it wasn't extremely painful. I wouldn't go like it was like to the point I was going to die. I felt, ooh, I feel ill. I don't feel well. And then I looked at my hands, because my hands were like going like dum 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 dum. I thought, okay, and it was twice as red. It was red, swollen, and looking like like double hands, like adult hands. So I'm thinking like, oh. So I said, Mr. Newton, my surgeon, look at this. And he turned around, and as he turned around, I was out. I was literally like no more. It was like black. But then time doesn't really exist in this next realm. I came to, but I was floating above myself. I could see Mr. Newton, my surgeon. I could see other staff around me trying to resuscitate me. And but I'm very calm. I'm not panicking. I'm just thinking that's me. It was just very surreal situation. And then as I'm looking at that, and like I say, not panicking, I was then approached by 3 beings. I'll say 3 beings of light. It wasn't faces or anything like that. I didn't see like relatives, dead relatives, or anything like that. but then I saw three beings come towards me to the left-hand side. And I felt like I knew them. There was connection between me and them, a lot of love, lots of, just warmth. And they said basically telepathically, come away from there, Paul. You don't want to see that anymore. I don't need to say Paul even. Come away from there. And so I said, okay, fine. I'll go over there. And I went with them. I zoomed off to the next realm. And in the next realm, that's where I had a life review. I was almost like showing around the place. There was other souls I could see. Souls having fun. There's like almost like playing a game of like a light ball, like a football, tennis-y kind of game. They're basically having lots of fun with each other. And then, like I said, then I had a life review. But everything's like I say, time doesn't exist. I was here, there, and everywhere. I could see that. I could have the life review. It wasn't like in sections type of thing, really. But the life review was awesome there, Rex. It was amazing.
I definitely want to get into the life review, but I wanted to go back to those beans real quick.
Okay.
So you saw these three of them?
Three. I felt those three beings. I felt three of them came to me.
Now, what else can you tell us about them?
There was almost like can I mention an artist name to you? Because there's one artist I think you would really love. He's from the UK. Can I mention his name to you? Yeah.
Yeah.
His name's Lloyd Canning, and he did a picture of such a being. It was basically almost like you see your head, shoulders, and light. It was just that he painted it almost like how I saw it. He didn't know that I saw this, but what he painted was what I saw. And if I can find that picture to you, I will send it to you if you like, so you can see it.
Please, I'd really like to see that. And what did you feel when you saw them? Did you hear any sounds? Any of the senses?
No,
nothing.
The body goes. Nope. Say again, Rex.
No communication.
Telepathic. There's no actual talking anymore. There's no actual hearing. Your body's gone, so it's all done by telepathy.
But were you telepathically communicating with them in any way, or were they with you?
Both. Yeah, we were communicating just by telepathic. Yeah. Tell
us about that.
Yeah. So basically, like I say, I knew them. I felt like I was coming home. And it's a word that people do use a lot in near-death experiences. It felt like I was coming home. I felt they knew me. I knew them. How I knew them, I don't know. But I just knew them. Yeah, somehow they knew me. Then I knew them. And that was it, really.
And okay, so you went from there and to this multi-life review after that. So after you saw them is then when you jump into this multi-life review.
Yeah, so they're actually with me during this experience. They don't just take me and then leave. They actually were with me, almost like to guide me and to comfort me whilst I'm still in a bit of a, thinking like still confused a little bit in the first part of it when I'm calm, but I'm still a bit confused, like why am I not in my body anymore? And it was a bit like just disorientated, I would say. I was disorientated. So they were with me basically for that period whilst I was in that life review.
So great. Yeah, please tell us about this life review then. This is
so during that I could see the past. Experiences where I was being bullied, from my problems before, understanding why they was bullying me. I could feel their emotion, the reasons why. I could see all that as well. So it wasn't just, I can feel everybody's experiences, I could feel. So if, for example, because I was being bullied at one point in my life, which I wasn't happy with, I also became a bully to some people that were a bit more easy to get as a bully would, I don't know why, but as a kid, I wanted to become more stronger. And so I bullied for a short period of time. Wasn't happy with myself doing it, but I did. And then I felt the reasons why I was doing it in this life review, and yeah, I could see also they're upset as well. I felt they're upset, confusion. So I felt that as well.
Okay. And then but I also remember you talking about a multi-life review.
Yeah. So during this life review, I could I could go past, but also I saw present. During the time when it happened, I could see my parents in the kitchen cooking food, getting ready to come and see me after my operation. And because my parents used to always like to treat me with food, because the food in the hospital at the time wasn't very good. So my parents were like going, "Yeah, I can't wait to see Paul after his operation. We've got these lovely food for him." So I felt their emotions and their excitement to come and see me after. So I saw them right in the kitchen during that time, but also I saw future, and I saw things like, for example, myself driving, because I was only 14 and I didn't think I'll be driving. When I was 14, I was thinking, no way in hell am I going to be driving. I realized I'm not a full able-bodied person. I didn't realize automatic cars existed. I didn't realize that I could actually drive. So I thought I would never drive, but I saw myself driving. I also saw Russia, which is my wife is Russian, but I never realized why I saw myself flying over Russia. I saw a ceremony, which again, my wife had been married before, so she didn't have a white wedding dress on, but I saw a ceremony, and I thought, why all these people are at the ceremony, important ceremony, but it's not a wedding. When I came to, and I thought, why am I seeing all this stuff? But it wasn't a white wedding. I didn't see myself getting married traditionally, and it wasn't a traditional English marriage, if you see what I mean. So I saw future as well. I even saw these mobile phones in my hand. I was actually seeing myself sitting in a car using a phone, and I'm thinking, like, again, what is this? What is this gadget? So I mean, like, this is for like years and years ago, before mobile phones were invented. So I saw that, and then I even saw like a previous death, like myself or a person just dying on their bed of spikes in like a Roman or Greek type of thing. So I saw a previous death, which is very weird, but I saw it.
Did you feel it and other things as well, or what was it like just observing it?
I've just observed. It wasn't to look at it as a painful thing. It was just just to see that reincarnation does exist. I think that was the key moment for me, to say to me that you have been here before. It's just a little clue to me to say, yeah, you have been here before. That was you. You come back again. You do this, that, and you learn. And you're here to learn. That's what we're here to do. We're here to learn.
And what else did you get out of this? This is fascinating.
Basically, yeah, we're here to learn. And let's say we are reincarnated. We are reincarnated. Definitely, that's 100%. We're here to learn love. Love is the key word here, and also connect with each other. Because I think there are certain influences to try and separate us, and that's why I'm trying to unite us. That's why, hence Unite Planet. But I'm trying to like unite people together rather than try and divide us.
Well, then, if the with that experience that you had, Paul, I'm wanting to visualize it and kind of put myself in that picture
Okay.
From here. So like a video game or watching on the big screen. So if I was to go into that scenario, how else would you describe this environment that you're in so that I could understand it
better? You can't describe it. It's a realm. It's almost like a land and air bit in there. I would say that's for sure. It's vast. It's very, very vast. You can't see the end of it. It's almost like a desert plain, I would say. where you can see the sky where there's this like game going on. I could see then there was like areas where souls had a traumatic time and they needed to have their inner little space just to recharge and refill themselves. And there was like almost like in like a little booth almost where they're just having light, lots of light and colors coming into them to like recharge them, but they didn't want to obviously be disturbed, so they were just left alone, that kind of thing. And then this like life review thing, it was like almost like a well or a TV, but it wasn't how I can't describe what it was, but a lot of people say it's a well, it's a TV, cinema screen, but basically you're seeing everything around you. I would see almost like that kind of thing around you, but you've got no eyes.
So I had the first time I had an out-of-body experience was it was over 10 years ago, and I was going to sleep and I popped out of my body. I mean, I was on nothing. I mean, I was just going to sleep and I popped out of my body. And at this point it freaked me out. So I woke myself back up. And then as I was going back to sleep, I popped out of my body again and it freaked me out. Like, man, I'm going to get possessed by a demon or something. That's what was going through my mind at that time, because I wasn't nearly as, how do I put it, educated with certain things as I am now. I mean, since then I've studied the out-of-body experience phenomenon, etc. But the NDE is different because you were on the verge of passing to the other side. But there's that transition there, which I think might be very similar, that real time zone. So what I see when I pop out of my body is it's very similar to this. It's more like shades of gray. It's not quite as vibrant, the colors. So when you were in that zone, was it more vibrant or was it less? Were the colors less?
I think more vibrant, more definitely more vibrant, I would say. Yeah.
Like even from from the point A to point B, where you're going from not seeing the life review to seeing the life review.
Yeah, when I came out of body for the first time, it was I would say more like a cloudy experience. It was looking like yeah, it was almost like it was like a sheet of lace over my eyes, almost looking down on me. It wasn't clear. It was like a foggy, misty, a little bit. Not completely clear, but I could see myself. Obviously, I could see everything that I wanted to. But then when I went into this realm, then it was more vibrant, and colors were very, yeah, it was different. More surreal. I can't say what it was though, Rex. Actually, it's hard to put that into words. I wish I could put it into words, but it's hard.
No, I get it. This is great. I appreciate the way you're explaining it. And with this being said, if we were to like go back to that experience that you had when you came back to your body, like what happened before you came back? Did they give you some, were certain things put in your mind or feelings or what happened?
Well, during the life review still, there was things of like an education that happened to me as well. And I wished I took more of a note. At a 14-year-old person, I wasn't taking that many notes. And when I came to, I thought it was just a very surreal dream. I never heard of near-death experiences at 14. I realized I had a near-death experience when I was 20-something, when there was a documentary on about it. And I thought, whoa, that is what happened to me. So I didn't really take much attention to it until I came 20-something, really. But in regards to the lessons of it, yeah, they gave me like an education of like what animals are there for, like dogs, and also I could see how they see it from their perspective, and why they want to like guard us, look after us, and love us unconditionally. Cats, when they're purring, I could see like colors. They're like when they're purring, I could see like colors coming off their like throat area towards a being, human being. I could see that. I could see trees. Like if you've seen the film Lucy with Scarlett Johansson, there's like a moment where she could see a tree energy going in and out. I saw that as well. Yeah, so basically, I saw like a lesson of how we are created, almost like from baby to, how we, from the sperm hitting the egg, became a baby, growing, popping out. I saw that as well. This is before TV got into, the body of a woman. I didn't even see that until like years go by, and I thought, actually, I've seen that before.
Yeah, that's fascinating. So you come back from that experience, and then do you tell your family about it? Do you keep it to yourself?
Yeah, I told my parents, but they thought I was a bit bonkers. They thought I was a bit, yeah, that was a very surreal dream, they said. But they knew that I definitely did have a moment where I had this allergy, because my surgeon came round. Every time they do an operation, they have to come around to the bedside and tell you how did the operation go and all that kind of thing. And he said to my parents, unfortunately, we did have a moment where Paul, had a seizure, and we had to like revive him. And I had a big red sticker on my folder on my doctor's notes saying, "Do not give this patient any more of this muscle relaxant because he has a serious effect to it."
Yeah. Okay. So, man, I mean, then it's back to school, back to normal. And then years later, you have this experience and you see a UFO, right? Or
That's
was
right.
there anything in between that point and the UFO experience that you would say was paranormal or possibly ET or interdimensional?
I think from this near-death experience, I've always had like a feelings of there's more than just us around. And that's another thing as well. I would say there was more of a awareness of there are not just us on the earth, and so I had that instilled in me as well. But I had no really ET situation going off until really, like I say, 10 years ago, where it was just basically confirmed what I've always believed. And so whilst I was driving home, I was driving my family home, and my daughter, sitting in the back, spots this UFO first, and I'm driving, and she said, "Dad, that's definitely not a car, an airplane. It's not a helicopter. It's not a Chinese lantern. It's not anything I know." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm driving. I can't really concentrate in the air. I need to concentrate on the road." And my wife then saying, "Actually, you need to pull over." I'm like, "Really? Are you sure?" And so I pulled over, and so we all got out of our car, and we see basically this light. This is basically a sphere going round of different colors, and it's basically hovering, and it's saying like, "Yeah, we're here." And then as soon as we about a minute, we're both looking at this sphere, it just zoomed right up within a second, gone. And I thought, yeah, that's just an indication to say, get yourself, do something more with your life, and yeah, we exist. So,
Did you say we exist for them?
no, I'm saying that they saying like we are here. They exist, and so
Okay,
yeah.
I misunderstood that. I was like, wow.
Sorry.
I'm like, wow, do they give you a telecommunication download there? Some type of telepathic
no. No.
Man, I got a phone call and these telemarketers keep telling me that they're the boss and I got to buy their product.
No, I wish.
Whoa.
That would have been more well, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you've got an awesome YouTube channel and you do some great interviews. No, I mean, thank you. And the opportunity, you did an interview with Paul Hellyer recently.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was fantastic. Lovely guy, very, very down to earth guy, and very knowledgeable, extremely knowledgeable. And yeah, we thanked him for his time. He's top bloke, and we'd like to have him back on again. And I think you should have him on Rex.
Well, I want to talk about your program because with all the interviews that you've done, I mean, you've interviewed some great people. When you talked to Paul, did he discuss how many different ETs and how he figured these beings were making contact with the human species? Was it based upon his government clearance? when he was with the Canadian the Ministry of Defense, or what was it? Did he say?
Yeah, he couldn't go into everything too deeply. I think he has to have a certain. He'll give a certain amount of knowledge about UFOs, but I think he knows a lot more. I've got a slight feeling that he knows a little bit more than he gives off. But yes, I think he was basically saying a lot about his UFO experiences in the government, and even more so afterwards. I think there's another video I saw. I think it was called the Near-Death Experiment, not experience, but Near-Death Experiment on YouTube. And there was like a conference, and that's really worth watching as well about Paul Hellyer. I recommend that as well.
Great, thank you for that. And yeah. I'd like to hear more about your channel and what you're doing and the interviews that you're putting together. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, so basically we've been started, we started about 2 years ago. We have not got anywhere near to your amount of subscribers. We're what, like nearly 1,000. So please subscribe. But basically, we're interviewing nice people as well, like yourself, very down to earth people. Like I said, we've interviewed people like Paul Hellyer, Anthony Peake. He's a recommendable guy as well. Anthony Peake about consciousness. Dr. Penny Satori about near-death experiences. She's an amazing lady. We've had people like Andrew Johnson. He's a regular guest of ours as well, and he's only local to ourselves. So yeah, we've interviewed so many great people. Yeah, so, and Lloyd Canning, who I mentioned earlier, he is an amazing artist, and he does similar paintings to what I saw about my near-death experiences, and plus also many more things that he does.
I just made sure to put your YouTube channel link in the live chat, because a lot of people were asking about your channel. They're going to subscribe. And yeah, I mean, you've definitely got some great interviews, and your skills are great. So Neil Sanders, he's a nice guy. I've had the opportunity to speak to him before. It looks like he was on the podcast on Unite Planet, as well as Anthony Peake. You know what? It's funny because Anthony Peake, first time I talked to him was back in like 2011. Actually, might have even been before then. And that was a very interesting interview. And then I talked to him again a few years ago, and his consciousness mindset is fascinating. What did you guys discuss? Did you get into the consciousness?
Yeah, we went into what is consciousness, basically, and also it was at the point where they found that there was actual in rats. They found what's it called? I forgot what it's called now. DMT in the rats' brains. So they found that in there. So it was all that kind of thing, really. It was very, to be honest with you, his knowledge and my brain levels is far so superior. I can't take it all in from what he knows. It's I have to watch the video so many times myself until it sinks in. But he's an amazing guy.
Absolutely. And I mean, I'm really excited to read your autobiography, Walk of Life, Feet on the Ground. It's available via Amazon, and I'm looking at the reviews right now. It's 5-star reviews. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so I wrote it about 40. I was about 40 years old. I'm 47 now. And basically, once I wrote it, I thought I'll just shelve it. No one's going to be interested in reading it. And then a couple of years go by, and also I'm doing Unite Planet, and then I come across a great guy, Michael Feely, who you had on recently as well. And Michael Feely has a book publishing company, and it's called Sasmic. So Sarah and Mick, Sasmic book publishing. So I gave it to him after the interview to say, would you mind just your thoughts, what you're thinking? Is it worth anything more to it? So he read it, and then a few days afterwards, he said, "Paul, you have to get it published." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, I don't mind me or somebody else. You just need to get it published. He's got some great things in there. You need, it's educational, it's funny, it's got so much in there that it really would help a lot of people. And I thought, okay. So actually, I went with Sasmic eventually, and they did brilliantly for me. I was really, really pleased with it. So yeah, and here it is. I'm very proud of it.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. And it's got some nice pictures in it as well. It's not just the. I'll just show you. Oh, sorry about this. Just one moment.
No problem. I'm just looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah, that was me when I was younger, with a Meatloaf t-shirt.
I was listening to Meatloaf this morning on Pandora.
Yeah, great singer. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, it's funny because I just added it yesterday. I downloaded the Meatloaf. You can download it via Pandora. And then the first song that came up was the one where the wolf's talking about would you give your eyes? And she's like, yes. Would you give your throat? Yes. Yeah. I was like, well, man, this is old school. So that's so funny that you just showed that picture. Another Matrix scene, folks.
It is. Yeah.
Hello, we're in the Matrix. Meatloaf's classic, man. Yeah. Good stuff. What happened to music? Now it's, where'd it go? There's good dubstep out there, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Meatloaf in concert 4 times, and he's an amazing guy and very, very funny. One of the times he had a heart problem and he made a joke out of it. He came out on stage on the hospital bed, nurses, short skirts, pushing him onto the stage, and it was very, very funny. Anyway, yeah, brilliant singer.
It's cool. Yeah, very talented, and it's funny because Keith just said Meatloaf is now Veggie Loaf. Yeah, with 1 billion times more estrogen. Get some. I don't know if you heard about that Impossible Burger, but the amount of estrogen levels in it is just disgusting. It's like you'll have man boobs after the first time you eat one of these things. I mean, folks, okay, you're gonna be a vegetarian. I get it. You're like, oh, look, it's so good for me because it's not meat. It's the Impossible Estrogen Burger. Ooh. Guaranteed you have man boobs after the first bite.
Not good. I wouldn't have that.
Why not? Everybody, I mean, Jesus. I mean, everybody else is doing it. Come on, Paul. Let's go out and let's get some Impossible Burgers man boobs. Drink some genetically modified E. coli feces to slurp it down.
I have already, though. Age is not helping me, mate. Age is not helping me.
It's an illusion, bro. It's called the estrogen loaf now. Yeah, they've changed it from meatloaf to veggie loaf to estrogen loaf. And, it's all illusion, man. Like you said, this whole thing, it's a denser vibration of illusion. And give us some good words of wisdom. I mean, what has this taught you, and what would you like to share with us? And man, this has been great. There's the reviews so far and the comment section are awesome. Except for what I'm saying, they don't like me very much.
Oh no, God no, you're top bloke. Where's the wisdom? Gosh, well, I mean, I would definitely say that life is just like I say is all to do with learning and loving connection with each other. When people are saying about say, for example, I know you don't want to talk about conspiracies, but saying when people have different points of views, just do not fight with each other. Just say, I understand what you're saying, I understand what you're saying, and that's it. Do not try and fight with each other. Just understand each other rather than fighting each other. That's because at the end of the day, if we unite, that's the best way. Better in numbers than divided.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have to do much work. We're fighting amongst each other about what shape the earth is. Exactly. I finally said, look, you can think whatever shape you want, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's definitely earth-shaped.
Exactly. That's it.
Totally.
That's it. Exactly. Anyway, I want to know about yourself as well. How do you get so much energy? I want some of that. So what do you recommend to take for energy?
Oh my goodness. Well, it's a combination of years of hypnosis combined with subliminal programming and the fact that I was cloned recently at a search engine facility in Chicago, according to the comment section. And it's also because I'm a reptilian Jesuit shape-shifting shill, according to another comment that somebody left. Wow. So everything's real on the internets. And a combination of I have been cloned several times, so it's not always me talking. Sometimes it could be Fex, it could be Lex, it could be Mex. Then there's that one guy that does he's a part of the Illuminati. You've heard of them before. They get pretty naughty sometimes. So yeah, man. And then I love the C60 from Purple Power. I love Super T. I love the Boomer Boost. And I was kind of born this way. Just the synapses came out. And relaxing for me is not relaxing. So that's how, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. Thank you. That's good.
Yeah, pretty good, right? I mean, it's real simple. That's the process. So, I mean, everybody knows about that. And what's next for you? What are you doing next?
I'm still working full time. I'm still, doing well with my life. Like I say, I'm married, and I would never thought I'd get married with a guy with problems with walking. A lot of dating in my life, and lots of women saying like, "Oh dear, I don't like it." So I've married a lovely lady, brilliant violinist, by the way, Yulia Northridge, another one. She's a brilliant violinist as well. She teaches, and so. For myself, I want to continue with Unite Planet, do a lot more interviews, go to different places, go to America with it if I can, do conferences. I want to do conferences. That's the biggest thing I want to do for Unite Planet, and get guests in to talk. Just want to make it bigger and better, really, and help a lot of people. That's the main thing. It's not about money or anything like that. It's more to help people. That's the whole reason why I'm here. Really, I want to help people.
Right on, man. That's what I'm talking about. And on that note, the conferences, the Leak Con is coming up here in just a couple of months. It's going to be April 4th, 2020 at the Gaia Sphere in Boulder. So LeakCon Gaia 2020, it's going to be over the top. And I'll bet you the tickets are going to sell out really quick, because there's only going to be a few hundred tickets available. And there's a lot of people that have already sent me emails that want to go. So if you're doing conferences, man, maybe you could be out here sometime, and
that'd be lovely.
We'll put together the reptilian stock. It'll be called the Reptilian Burning Man edition, and we'll put a big giant reptilian head out in the desert, and we'll dance around there.
I'm up for that.
Amazing.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So what guests are you having on your conference?
Okay, so we're going to have Brian Forrester, Leah Shaper, Diamond, the legend, David Mariello, from both of them are from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. And there is one other guest that's going to be with us that for some reason, who is this? There's one other guest. I don't remember off the top of my head, but this person is amazing. So I don't know why I can't remember off the top of my head. So folks, Diamond is the one that actually put this guest together for Leak Project. It wasn't me. That's why I don't know. But it's an amazing guest because Diamond said so. So totally taking his word for it. And I got you, bro. But anyway, yeah, dudes. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now it's getting awkward. Hey, so how about that? Come here often, bro?
Yeah. Are you having a coffee? I'm having a coffee as well.
Perfect. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. Good old English coffee.
Oh, yeah. This is Reptilian Shapeshifter coffee. Keeps me in my current form. Reptilians drink this. So that's somebody sent it to me so I wouldn't shapeshift on live podcast. And folks, I want to thank you all for being here with us. And I'm going to go get some more Reptilian Shapeshifter drink so I don't shapeshift. And man, let's do this again. This was great. I really appreciate it. On the show.
Honestly, Rex, and thank you so much for letting me on. And you're a fantastic guy, and I love your channel. It's a brilliant channel. Honestly, it's.
Thank you, bro. And I actually paid him to say that, folks. So Paul, the check's in the mail, man. Check's in the mail.
Okay, thank you.
Be the change you want to see, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.